Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Nikki here, and today it's time for a little update on my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery progress. January turned out to be a really busy month for me, so I had big ideas for my February page, but I had to just stop and make things simple. My birthday's in January, so you know that's many days taken up. I had an interstate trip and I just went, okay, we can do this, but we got to keep it simple. So I still went along with the plan, but I'll just run you through what I did do. I had an old vintage piece of doily there. I've got a little bit of gold stitching, sort of just to represent the sun. Very old piece of lace here, and I have sewn on some little seed beads. I did a little button sort of flower design with some old buttons. I just tacked all these down, and then I have done a few little pink stitches in between there just to sort of hold them down securely. And I've got my cute little wooden bunny. I know it's probably not quite what we should have used, but I received that in Happy Mail last Easter and I just had to use it. I cut these little flowers out. I've got a whole strip of those and just quickly embroidered some stalks. This piece of coffee dyed lace down here is sort of meant to look a little bit like a fence, and I just stitched some grass and did a few little knots and flowers down here in the corner. So yeah, this is definitely a little bit more simple than probably what I would have liked to do, but you've just got to do what you have time for. So I decided, right, that bit is done. Now, my plans for February. I have already created my base, and if you look here, I've kept it very light. And due to the fact that my stash is very small, I sort of just used up scraps that I had. And my plan for this is to create something that includes my favorite flower, which is the lotus, or, you know, the queen of water lilies. I have a plan in my head, and I don't quite know how we're going to make it come to fruition yet, but I'm working on it. So I've kept a very light background because I sort of went to Pinterest, had a look at all these amazing water lilies, and went, I don't have 20,000 hours to sit there and hand stitch all those petals. So we had to come up with another plan. So what I've done is decided I'm going to have to use a little bit of help to create my flower because I will not have time to do all the stitching. So what I did, I grabbed some fabric scraps. Because my stash is quite small, I don't have a lot of coloured things. So I thought, okay, we're going to make some. So I have this piece of, I don't know what this is called. It's very shimmery and cute. And I have watercoloured it blue. Because I really think if I'm going to have a lotus flower as my big thing there, I probably need a bit of water somewhere. So this has just been watercoloured, and somehow we're going to add some water in the middle there somewhere. Then the other part of my the other part of the picture that's in my head involves some grass, sort of at the bottom, you know, down here, sort of like on the edge of my pond. So I grabbed a scrap of fabric and did some watercolouring, and this is somehow going to become some grass, and I will try and embroider some little, you know, pretty delicate things sort of that sit along the water's edge. So I did it in a couple of shades, not sure whether I'll use both of them or all of them yet. No big deal. Love watercolouring fabric. Then we need to create my lotus. And so I grabbed this piece of satin that I had in my stash. And again, I've hit it with watercolour, and I've got three different pinks sort of, you know, cascading down. The aim of this is I will cut the petals out of these watercoloured pieces. And even with the watercolour paint, it's quite shimmery. I think it should look really pretty. And then I will do some embroidery, and I will definitely embroider in the center. Haven't decided how much yet. Again, it will see, you know, what I can manage over the next few days, as we're already almost halfway through Feb. But that's the plan for that. And then I also grabbed some acrylic paint onto another scrap, quite a dark green, because I need a couple of lovely large lotus leaves. I will then I will embroider the veins and things like that on it. But again, this will save me the time of having to embroider those entire leaves, because that's a lot of stitching. And this month I definitely don't have time. So there we go. Just a very quick update on where I am at. Still loving this. Just wished I had a little bit more time, but that's okay. We're making the most of what we can do and trying to come up with creative ways to make it happen instead of giving up because it's all too difficult, because I don't like giving up. So that's where I'm at. I hope you're all enjoying this project. It really is fun, and honestly, in the Facebook group, some of the work I've seen, it's just stunning. Very, very inspirational. So I hope you're enjoying it. Let me know down in the comments how you're progressing, or are you struggling like me with lack of time? Anyway, that's it for today. Until next time, please stay safe and stay healthy. Bye for now.